unbox this real quick. Well, that's a bit of a disappointing reveal. I was hoping this was going to show the actual picture side of this metal print, but I guess all we can see is the back side. So one thing that I've been doing a lot more recently is printing my own photos, whether that's for just decorations in my own home, seeing how photos actually print on a physical medium rather than on a computer screen, which is a lot of times brighter than things are in real life, or whether it's for selling prints and selling artwork. And that got me thinking about why it's super important to actually see your photos in a physical medium, like on a metal print or on a paper print, on a canvas, and why that's a good thing for new photographers to do. So I'm here to trail in Denver, and I'm going to try to catch the last little bits of sunset real quick, just on a short little hike, and take you along and talk about why printing is absolutely something you should be doing. Look at that view. Fantastic. So the first reason I think if you're a new photographer that it's super important to print your photos is because a lot of the client work that you're going to be doing, while you might deliver things digitally, a lot of the intent is to eventually print things and to have things on physical mediums. So for example, for myself as a wedding photographer, a lot of my photos are not intended just to be viewed on a phone or just shared on social media. A lot of times my clients and couples will want to print and frame their wedding portraits, send photos of their friends and family to the friends and family that attended their wedding. And when you're looking at a screen that has an electronic backlight that, you know, can power itself and make things brighter, a lot of times it looks different in real life when you print it on something that doesn't have a backlight, that doesn't use electricity to make itself brighter. So if you're someone that's thinking of pursuing a lane of photography that potentially delivering products in physical mediums, then it's really going to help you to know how your photos look when it's actually printed out and when it doesn't have a backlight to make things brighter. Second reason why you should be printing your photos is because if you are pursuing a professional lane of photography, especially one that maybe requires you to try to convince clients to hire you and things like that, having things that are on print, whether if it's a large format print that you have on your wall, whether something on metal or acrylic, or maybe even a photo book that shows off your past work, it makes a much more impactful presentation to be able to show clients something physical and show something larger than a phone screen or a computer screen, and show something that carries a lot more weight when you look at it and when you see something that you've captured printed on a physical medium. The third reason why you should be printing your photos, and arguably maybe even the most important one, is just for you. If you've ever furnished a home or tried to decorate a home, you understand how expensive it can get when you're starting to buy $50, $100 pieces of wall art that, while they look really good, really get super expensive. Printing your own photos, while depending on the medium that you're printing it on, isn't necessarily cheap. It certainly is cheaper than buying it from someone else. And along that same point, the fourth reason why you should be printing your photos is not just so your walls look pretty and aren't completely white and barren, but it's also because most of your photos you aren't going to be looking at all the time. Once you post the photo on Instagram, you probably don't go back to it too often just for the sake of looking at that photo. But something that hangs on your wall, maybe hangs above your TV or above your desk, is something that you're going to see every single day. And in continuing to see what your photos look like, the past compositions that you have, you can do a lot of self-reflection there and see how your style has changed, see how your tastes have changed over time, just by walking past the photo that's hanging on your wall every day. You might even see areas where you might want to improve, whereas if you just took your photo, edited it the first time, you wouldn't have that opportunity to slowly take a look at the same photo over and over again and see where you want to improve if you just posted it once and never looked back at it again. You'd have to specifically take time out of your day to go back through your old photos and look for those things. But exposing yourself to that over time and subconsciously thinking about, you know, here's what I like about that photo one day, and the next day you wake up and you realize you don't like it so much, or you thought a composition was awesome when you first took it, and over time you're kind of thinking, maybe I want to change that up a little bit, maybe tweak something about that composition to make it better. That slow exposure over time is a lot better because it's subconscious and it helps cement that in your brain and in the photos that you take. So while we still have a little bit of light here, I'm going to take this opportunity to fly the drone for a little bit. Never mind, that's a restricted zone. And the final reason you should be printing your photos is really because it's just a lot of fun. And I think everyone knows that anticipation of knowing that something's coming in the mail. You're excited to come home from work or from the grocery store or whatever, but instead of unboxing some piece of technology or a fun toy, you get to unbox something that you created yourself, and you get to experience that excitement, seeing your own work in large format getting unboxed. And it's really fulfilling to experience that. And a bonus point, it also makes a great personalized gift. If you're like myself, who's the photographer of the friend group, if you will, and always takes the photos on the family vacations, and you're thinking of something to give someone as a gift, giving them a photo of you all that you've printed, that you've taken, that maybe you've even framed up yourself, is super meaningful, and it's a lot of fun to be able to see other people's faces as they open up a photo of themselves or open up a photo of you with them and relive all the good times from the trip that photo is from and all that. So if I haven't convinced you yet to print your own photos, maybe you'd be interested in getting one of mine. I'm gonna put a link down below to my own Etsy print store where you can get prints of the photos that I've taken over the years, of the places that I've traveled to, in large formats, as large as 16 by 20 or more, on mediums like premium photo paper, metal, and canvas. And if you use the promo code LYPYouTube in your checkout, you will get 20% off your first purchase. So guys, if you have any reasons that you think I might have missed as to why you should be printing your own photos, put them in the comments down below. If you absolutely hate printing and think it's a big waste of time and money, feel free to put your reasons why down below as well. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Okay, but look at that color. It's so peaceful. I mean, it's so cold, it kind of hurts, but it's super peaceful looking up at the fading sunlight and that crescent moon. All right, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Also, I don't know why I just ended that with peace, because I never say that in real life. But there you go.